Hey guys, this read is for Taurus. Alrighty, so universe, what messages do you have for Taurus today? You got some guidance or some insight, maybe some warnings. And we got a card here. Let's see what we got. Conflict and defeat. Material and spiritual prosperity. Light. Shadow. And universe. So I believe we're going to be speaking about either a universal life lesson or a universal path that we're supposed to be on. I feel like we're definitely going to have to be overcoming some conflict coming our way. We've got something going on. I feel like it ties into that shadow and bringing things into the light, maybe a personal truth or someone else's truth. I have triumph, partnerships and alliances, balance, disruption, and positive movement forward, which is definitely the universe's way of encouraging you to keep moving forward in your journey. I feel like this journey is going to bring balance back into your life. I have the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Cups can be called the Blast from the Past card. It can represent someone or something from your past coming back into your life, or it can represent lessons from the past that you haven't learned, repeating, or learning lessons from the past so that you don't repeat them. I feel like it's speaking to lessons, because we were talking about the universe. I feel like it's tied into this King of Swords as well. And this King of Swords is tied in to the partnerships and alliances. I'm going to have to pull more cards to figure out whether that's a good thing or not. I do have a bit of an idea, but I just want to check with tarot first. I have the Ten of Wands, which represents feeling overwhelmed or overburdened. I feel like that's some of the things that we're going to have to overcome. I have the Ace of Cups, which represents new beginnings. And the Ace of Swords, which represents triumph. So I feel like that definitely ties into the material and spiritual prosperity, the triumph card, this positive forward movement. I feel success in your future. There are just still some obstacles that we're going to have to overcome here. I have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is sometimes called the Apprentice card, and he speaks of learning. So I definitely feel like we're having to learn. We're having to learn a lesson. I feel like it definitely ties into this King and partnerships and alliances. I feel like it's a personal lesson. It's about emotion. I have the Four of Cups, which represents sort of an indifference or feeling emotionally withdrawn, which is definitely one of the traits that goes along with this King of Swords. They tend to be somebody who hides their emotions. They're just not very comfortable showing them or even talking about them. Sometimes they can seem uncaring because of it. I have the Queen of Cups here. To me, the Queen of Cups is very open in her emotion. I feel like that's where the conflict is going to come in. She can also be she can take things very personal. She can be very sensitive. So I feel like she's maybe even misinterpreting what's coming from this king. Something that might just be in his nature, but she's taking it in a completely different way, and it's causing a lot of hurt and damage. I have the Hermit card, which speaks to introspection and reflection. I think it's going to take some of that to be able to find clarity in this situation. I have the Page of Cups, which represents good news on the way of an emotional nature. So I feel like there is a solution within this. But I feel like we might have to dig deep to find it and really do some reflection. I have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords can represent a feeling stuck or trapped in negative thoughts or emotions, so much so that you have trouble finding clarity in a situation. I feel like it's definitely speaking to the relationship between this queen and this king. And because he's not opening up, she doesn't know what he's actually thinking. And so it's hard to move forward when you don't have the clarity that you need. I have the Star card, and the Star card speaks to clarity. I feel like there needs to be more of an open dialogue about what's going here so that this queen can have her clarity. I feel like within that is where this healing can start. I think it's going to be setting down a solid foundation for an abundant harvest. It's that groundwork that has to be done so you can have the abundance and you can have that happiness. I also have the Eight of Cups, which speaks to a new journey, a bright new journey forward. So definitely progress on that emotional front. So I feel like we're speaking to the queen here. I got the Death card. The Death card tends to represent transition and change, sort of closing the door on one chapter and beginning another one. And I do have another queen. I have the Queen of Pentacles, and she's very giving. She's very generous. She's very kind. So I feel like she definitely ties into the Queen of Cups and that nurturing emotional side. I feel like the Seven of Wands is speaking to her needing to address this king. The Seven of Wands tends to represent feeling like you have to stand up for your ideals and stand up for yourself. I don't want to use the word confrontation because it feels very argumentative, and I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more assertiveness. It's being assertive with this person, letting them know how you feel. I have the Four of Swords, which represents taking time for self-care and reflection. And I think it ties into all of it as well. And this might be something the queen has to do to build herself up. To talk to this king. I have the Chariot card, and the Chariot card represents a positive forward movement. It's encouragement to persevere. It's like that positive forward movement card. The universe encouraging you to keep going, to address this person, to let them know how you're feeling. I feel like it's going to help to bring a balance back into this situation. I have the Ten of Swords, which represents an ending that is beneficial for you in the long run. I feel like the ending, it's not the relationship ending. It's this way of being in the relationship, because I think, like, I don't see any malicious cards that go along with this King of Swords, so I think he's completely bloody oblivious to how his nature can affect this queen. I don't think he even gets it. There's nothing in here that registers it. So I feel like it's up to her to make him aware. And from what I can see in the cards, once he is aware, a change will take place that will be beneficial to the relationship. I have the Justice card. To me, she's all about balance as well and bringing balance back. I have the Ace of Wands, which represents a new beginning, and I see passion in it. I feel like it's going to bring the passion back into your relationship. I have the Moon card, which can represent things that are still unknown to you. So I feel like that's what you're going to get talking to this king. I feel like because he keeps so much to himself, there's a bunch that you don't know that's going on. I feel like being able to address him, being able to bring those things forward is going to give both of you some clarity as well. And I feel like this line speaks to it as well. So I have the Five of Cups, which represents being stuck in negative emotions, so much so that you can't see positive opportunities around you. To me, it's a warning to not let this continue, to not sit and stew in it as the Queen of Cups tends to do. You tend to sit quietly and feel these feelings by yourself and sort of think them over and let them snowball. To me, these cards are saying you need to take that King of Swords approach, because I have the Queen of Swords here, and she matches a lot of the qualities of the King of Swords, being logical and analytical. So kind of taking emotion out of the situation as well. I have the Two of Wands, which represents choosing a path. So to me, it represents you choosing to change, you choosing to take a measure of control in this situation and address the issue that's going on. I have the High Priestess here. To me, the High Priestess is a lot like the moon. It's those inner truths that you're going to learn by having a dialogue with these people. It's going to be, when I look at it, I see the words aha moment. It's like you're going to have an aha moment, and I think both of you are going to, and it's going to change the dynamics of your relationship. I have stand your ground, foundation and achievements, and intuition, and these cards speak to that as well. The stand your ground card is a lot like that Seven of Wands and taking back control and being assertive. The foundation and achievements, to me, it represents this setting down a solid foundation for your future in your relationship with this King of Swords. And intuition is a lot like that High Priestess and that Moon card, and having that aha moment and having sort of that inner growth and clarity that's going to come by sitting down and having a conversation with that king. Alrighty guys, that's what the card said to me. I hope that you enjoyed the read. Please let me know if it resonates with you. I would love to hear it. Alright, take care.